and welcome to No Movies in Hell. I'm Chris Geiger.
I'm LaClaw Scott, and today we are reviewing Mean Girls 2024, the musical, the adaptation of the musical on Broadway.
Yes. I didn't see the musical on Broadway. Did you?
I did not. I wish I did, because I really like Ashley Park. And I just feel like I just didn't know, all the, I wish I would have known the music. I think that would have helped. Of course, I know the movie.
I didn't see the musical either. Dax bought tickets for it, but then the pandemic hit.
Oh, no. Oh, that's right. That was like one of those cusp shows that oh, that's really sad that oh, that sucks.
I know. But otherwise we made it through the pandemic relatively unscathed. So
That's right.
If that's the worst thing that we can say about our personal pandemic experience, I think we'll be fine.
Seeing Mean Girls in the musical and the movie theater.
Yes. But it seemed different than the movie before. Did the plot change? Did it get a little bit nicer?
The plot really didn't change. There were some subtle differences. I feel like it was pretty close to the original. Okay. So when watching it, I was just like, oh, yes, this happens, that happens, that happens. There's very slight changes. Some are just the utilization of social media. So it was like, oh, well, since the original was 2003, there weren't a lot of, there is, a couple cell phone scenes, but it wasn't as widely adopted like it is now, obviously, and also social media. Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of things that were done with paper, for example. So when Regina George finds out that the burn book and all this other stuff, in the original, it was a bunch of papers dropped with copies. In this case, it was, photos going viral on social media. Some of the terminology has changed. So instead of, and I was like, oh, this is very interesting, because I didn't really, now I understand why some language or words are in the lexicon. So instead of saying someone's crazy, you say, oh, is that person unwell? And I was just like, oh, wow, that's a subtle change, very much in language lexicon of now. Some other changes. There were a number of changes where I was like, oh, okay. And I do think that they gave the Janice Ian character a backstory in this one as to why. There's a kind of a different reason why Regina George didn't like Janice Ian.
Yeah, I thought it was nicer to Regina in this one than previous one.
Yeah.
The ending was a little softer for her. Although I did feel like the woman who played Regina George looked considerably older than a high school student would look.
Well, believe it or not, she is in her early 20s. They're all pretty much in their early 20s. Yeah, I thought so too. And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, okay. But also, Renee Rapp is on Secret or Sex Lives of College Girls, which is on HBO. So she does play a college student in this series. And then that's where I know her from. And then it's like, oh, she's Regina George in Mean Girls. I'm like, oh, okay.
It was hard for me to bring her back. Although I will say that she looks very, very much like the woman who they had playing her mother.
Oh my gosh, yes. So Busy Phillips is she is that woman who just looks like she would bully somebody in high school. That was a perfect casting.
Yes. But also, I think she and Renee Rapp look like they could be sisters. In terms of they just look too close in age to be mother-daughter.
Yes. Yeah.
Even though I'm sure in real life that's not true. But just Busy looks great for her age.
Yeah.
Regina looks like a normal person her age, the age that she is.
Yeah. I really thought that the character of Katie Heron, it was interesting to watch. I thought she did a great job, but just knowing that Lindsay Lohan was in that role and she was kind of that Disney kid that went to and do all these teen movies. And I just felt like that kind of brought the audience to see the original. In this case, I recognize the woman who played Katie Heron, but I don't think that it was kind of like getting someone who was kind of being developed and having them play this kind of iconic role. So I felt like it was kind of, she wasn't in the forefront as much in this musical than Lindsay Lohan was when she portrayed this. I felt like this was very much centered around kind of Regina George. Like, Katie Heron's character kind of faded in the background, and I didn't really like that much.
Yeah, I did think that that was true. And also, I thought Amy Adams would be in it more.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not Amy. That's Jenna Fisher
Oh my
as
God.
like her mom. Yeah, I thought so too. And I was like, wait a minute. No, that's a lady from The Office.
Well, yes, then I guess I thought that Amy Adams would be in it based on the trailer. But wow, I thought that, yeah, okay. They look a lot alike.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what's
Yes, I get John Bernthal and Pablo Schreiber confused a lot too.
that? I don't think I know who a Pablo Schreiber is. Now I'm going to have to check.
Because you probably think when you see him that it's John Bernthal.
Ugh. I'll have to
He's
check.
in the second. So Pablo Schreiber was in the second season of The Wire.
Okay, I haven't watched I've seen like 2 episodes of The Wire. I need to like watch it.
Look, wow.
I know. You're like the 5th person who I I feel like there's other stuff on HBO that I've watched, like The Leftovers and, the series, like Community I've watched. So, like, yes, I've been told I need to get through The Wire because then I'll start to recognize other characters in other things.
Yes, like I mean Michael B. Jordan,
Yes.
Idris.
Yep.
That's where I first was introduced to Idris. Yeah, but it is a big commitment. Like The Wire is a lot.
Yeah.
It's daunting to think about like sitting down to watch it for the first time because you want to pay attention, but it's so many seasons
Mm-hmm.
and they're like hour plus episodes. So it's like committing to a Korean drama. Like you're in it for the long haul.
I guess it's the perfect time to start, right? I can like crochet and watch The Wire
Yeah.
while the weather's like, winter.
Okay, we got off topic, but
Okay, back to me. Well, another undeveloped character was Karen, who was played by Amanda Siegfried in the original movie. This is played by a woman named Avantika, I believe. I thought that there was just more, like there could have been so much more to her. I just felt like she was all face and body and not a lot of personality, and maybe they could have done more.
I think it's hard. I don't know. I do like to watch adaptations of different things. So I would have
Mhm.
liked to have seen the musical on Broadway because I like different flavors of the same thing, right? Like Heather's the musical, Heather's the movie. Like I would go see
Yes.
both of them just to see how they give it a different treatment. So I think it's interesting from that perspective, right? Because the songs make it longer and you got to cut some stuff out.
Yeah.
And it's 20 years later. So you have to make it a little bit softer.
Yeah. And so there were no memorable songs in this either. So looking at it from, it's not a Sondheim, I get it, but Wonka, right? Wonka had songs that I could like remember some bits to. This one
Mhm.
I couldn't remember a thing. There wasn't anything that was sticky, and I enjoy that about musicals because like, oh, okay, like you want to have kind of like I forgot what the term is, but like a jingle or like something that jogs your
Hook.
memory. Yes, and it just wasn't there.
Yeah. The only thing I can remember is like the leading line in the Regina George song where she says, I'm Regina George and I'm a massive deal.
Yes, that's
That's it.
pretty much it.
But entertaining. And I feel like I've been watching a lot of like very serious movies lately, like Zone of Interest. And so this was fun. Like this is like okay, lighthearted departure.
Yes.
Yes. And it was appreciated for that as well. Because the last lighthearted thing I think was I mean, I guess action lighthearted? I don't think it is. I think that's a different category. But like the
Yeah.
last lighthearted thing was Barbie, and that was in the summer.
Yeah, that's true. Barbie or like Wonka or something.
Oh, right, Wonka.
Yeah, but in between that, so that would have been December, and now I guess January was when this movie came out. It's February now, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So, do you have anything to plug in this episode?
You have to go to the slides.
Oh my God, we have to go to the slides. Here we go. Where did we differ here? Oh, I give it a 3 for Reader's Choice and story.
Yeah, I mean, the changes were what they were. Yeah, I just thought that this movie was okay.
I gave it a 3 for Reader's Choice and story because I like the original. And I would recommend it to anyone who saw the original.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I would recommend it to people who've seen the original.
Yeah.
And liked the original, but I can't think of anyone who didn't like the original.
No, I did like the artist girl who
Yeah.
like I thought the her explanation of her art where the drawings are her thoughts and the stitching that she does over the drawings are her feelings. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
It's like maybe I would watch a movie about her.
Well, I feel like they kind of built her character out in this one too. And fun fact, the woman who plays her is the woman who voiced Moana. I believe her first name is Aurelie.
Oh,
I might be messing that up. But I was like, oh, I recognized her name in the credits, and I was like, oh, well, I think she voiced Moana.
I never saw Moana. Big
It's good.
surprise.
Oh yeah, you in animation.
Right. Children's animation. Adult animation, I'm all about.
Well, I feel for the parents who have to watch these animated films because I feel like now it used to be different. Like back in the day, you'd watch these films and like they were designed for children, but now they're designed for like parents and children. So some of the jokes and things are are in there. I think Moana is a good one though. I think you'll
Yeah.
like it.
All right. Put it on
Sticky
the list.
Songs
Yeah.
by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Okay. I feel like Moana's been out a long time, but maybe I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I mean, what? It's 2012, I think it came out.
okay. But if that woman was the voice for Moana, then I feel like she's probably like in her 30s.
I think she might be in her late 20s.
Wow. Okay. Do you have anything to plug in this episode?
So we have our Flame Awards coming up. We also have the Academy Awards coming up next month. We also have to do our best of 2023. So that will be coming soon.
Coming soon. I keep checking Metrograph's website to see what they're going to do for Oscar night, but they don't have anything posted yet. And it's almost a month away. So I will keep you updated if I see anything. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.